Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Supper Club Social, where we review restaurants, movies, and TV shows, and talk about home bars, cocktails, and pop culture. Now here are your favorite hosts, me, Ryan Lund, and
Roy.
Roy Smith. We also got Lyle with us today, riding a co-pilot.
Hello.
So, Roy, back at it here. How was your week at work?
Well, it was good. Not too bad. They had some construction open back up, so my day went a little smoother.
That's good to hear.
That's pretty much all my excitement.
What's been the worst construction you've had so far?
For some reason, they took TJ Meanock down to one lane that they didn't need to.
Talk directly into the
And
mic
so
for
that really
our
put me
listeners.
behind, because that light's really short.
Ah.
And so when it's one lane, it takes like quadruple the amount of time.
Oh yeah, I got stuck in that too.
Yeah, and then they had
several
the accident
times.
on I-90 on like Tuesday. Everybody that doesn't go that way decided to go that way.
Ah.
So 20 minutes from the college to Northwest Boulevard. It was bad.
Well, that way you get to know your customers a little better.
Nope. No
You
one
know?
was on the bus but one lady.
Talk to those homeless people a little more.
No.
All right. Well, so as you know, I picked up a hot tub for free, relatively around 20 years old. So I've kind of been trying to fix it up, and the one thing I really actually have to pay for is to get it wired, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I got one estimate, just kind of pulled somebody up on Google. What is your what's your guess at how much this guy quoted me?
$800.
Oh, wow. That's kind of what I was expecting, actually. This quote was $6,000
Just to run wire?
to run some wires. You don't even have to dig because of the way the house is. So I
You
looked
must
at
have wanted
him,
to do the job.
and I said, "Are you? Well, I'm busy this week. You guys have openings next week?" And I haven't talked to him since.
Yeah, that seems a little ridiculous. Because what is that? Maybe 30?
About $1,000 a foot?
Yeah.
No, not actually, but
No.
$500 a foot.
That's probably what, like 30 feet from the breaker box to there?
Yeah, if that. Probably not even that.
20?
Probably, yeah, 15, 20.
Yeah. Well, I know a guy that can hook up a stove pretty good.
So, yeah, I've got Lyle in my back pocket here. I do have one more estimate.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, our friend Jake Gallion, he
Oh.
referred me to his electrician.
So that's probably going to be about $8,000.
And so these people showed up. I called them, and they were there within like 30 minutes to give me an estimate. This guy scheduled the estimate a couple of days. We walked through it, and he's like, "I'll get back to you," and it's been a week.
Still hasn't got back to you.
So he said he'd been busy, and they hired somebody,
Yeah.
yada yada. But
That seems pretty steep. You can
That's
buy
a
a
steep
whole
one,
hot
yeah.
tub for
That's
that
what I
price.
was thinking, yeah. I didn't have the heart to like just look him in the eye and tell him
You're out of your mind.
this isn't gonna happen for you, pal.
Like, I would think that'd be like to rewire like a whole house.
Yeah. I mean,
Seems
I just
steep.
keep looking at it like it's so simple. It's simple enough that
Well, now it wasn't hooked up yet, then Ryan.
yeah. Well, you know, I don't know.
Well, tell him the story about the breaker box where he tried to
Oh yeah,
get a new
yeah.
panel.
He was like, yeah, there's not. It doesn't look like there's any room for it.
Mm.
And I was like, well, my friend looked at it, and we looked at him. There looks like there's an opening. And he's like, yeah, not seeing it here. All right, I'll take off the panel. So he took off the the cover.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh yeah, okay, there's room.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right. And he's trying to. He
Swindle
wants
ya.
to ground the metal roof above the thing, the little gas line that goes beside it.
Yeah.
I guess, I don't know. Seemed pretty intense. The other guy was a little bit like, here, yeah, you want wires? All right, I'll
Yeah.
bid you for some wires.
That seems. He was. Probably wasn't that much, but he was trying to upcharge you on every little thing.
Well, he just had a menu on his tablet. He just, like, clicked stuff. So,
Yeah.
who knows?
That happened to me when we did our AC, and we had one guy that was like, "Oh yeah, you need like some UV rays inside your vents, and you gotta have this thing like perfectly at 90 degrees, or else you're not gonna pass inspection."
Yeah.
And it was like $30,000.
Oh my
And I had
gosh.
2 other quotes that were like 10, 8. I'm like, well, I'm not going with those people because I
Yeah.
don't need UV lights on my air ducts.
And then you brought in the ringer, right?
Yeah, that's
maybe
what I'm
we
talking
plug
about.
the guy who did your
Good old Halo
Halo heating.
heating, yeah, real nice people. got in there pretty quick, did all the gas lines, and it was nice. It was done in like a day. It's perfect.
Pretty impressive. And it hasn't broke yet or anything. You've had no problems other than when you turned off the like Google Voice Assistant.
Oh, yeah. Alexa was
told-
listening to us one day, and my wife told it to shut up, and so it turned itself off. We couldn't figure out why. It wouldn't listen to us
Turn
anymore.
up the heat! Just turn up the heat!
Yeah. But no, the AC unit itself has been great, and the heater. And it's a lot cheaper.
Nice. Current events, Roy. I wanted to bring up the hurricane. Hurricane Ian, Ivan, something like that, crushed in Florida.
Yeah.
Doesn't that make the wild forest smoke that we breathe in all summer just actually smell like a nice little campfire that we hang out next to?
Yeah, I don't know.
And you don't have to
That's
deal
why
with
I live
hurricanes
in the
every year.
Northwest
Yeah.
and not down in the coastal area.
Well, that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
we're like complaining about wood smoke.
Yeah,
and
because that's our
they're
natural disaster.
10 feet underwater.
Yeah, you know?
Every year. Every year.
Well, they should move up here and deal with the smoke.
I know. Yeah, maybe.
No, but I feel bad for the people that lose stuff, but it's like you also kind of knew that going into moving there.
Yeah.
Just like we know about forest fires here.
Pretty much, yeah. They made their bed. Now they gotta lay in it, you know.
Yep, a very soggy bed.
I can't wait to tell people about this cocktail we're drinking here.
Yeah, it's pretty tasty.
But we gotta, they're gonna have to listen to more of the episode until we
Okay.
get there, you know.
All right.
Lyle, do you need a cup or a juice or anything
I
for
do
your
a
mix?
Fresca, if you got one, Andy.
It's so smooth. It feels so wrong washing it down with the good old PBR.
We keep it classy.
Oh, that's a weird taste.
The PBR. Oh, the
After
mix.
that.
Oh, this is really close to that Highland Park stuff.
Yeah. No, I think it's probably closer to Monkey Shoulder.
Monkey. Okay, yeah, maybe.
It doesn't have all the crazy.
Yeah, it
flavors.
doesn't taste like peat moss.
Yeah. But it's good.
My mountains look a little weird. Alrighty, well, that's about all for our beginning thing here. Should
Alright.
we move along to the next segment?
I think we probably should move to the next segment,
That just remember, like,
which is the foods.
you have the floor, Roy.
All right, so we're gonna go with
Never mind. Let
what's
me
the-
take
well,
it.
well, I don't know, man. This
You
is your
haven't
thing.
even looked at the outline.
I looked at it 2 weeks ago and you gave it to me.
You're supposed to write what you're gonna say.
Well, I told you I looked for it yesterday.
Do you want a
It was
shot
gone.
glass, or do you just pour half the bottle in like normal?
Why are you
I
trying
do
to
it all
change
by
the
feel.
dynamic?
All right, sorry. All right. I just thought, maybe bounce it around. I didn't want you to.
A long day today, Ryan.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Okay.
Had to run from the back of Winco all the way into Winco and run all the way back to my bus just so I could take a piss.
Oh wow. Well,
I don't
okay.
run.
Best meals you've had at home lately? Any real barn burners on the?
Let's start with good old Lyle here. He's been pretty quiet.
Yeah.
I did. I did
Now, Lyle,
homemade
you're the
pot
chef,
stickers.
pretty
I did
much.
homemade pot stickers that were fantastic.
Nice.
Ooh,
That does sound good.
homemade.
They're
Huh?
fried, pretty simple, not very good for you.
What's in a pot sticker? Is that like a pork thing?
I do pork. I do sausage and the black bean sauce,
Hmm.
and then I did some sprouts. I snuck in some mushrooms. My wife hates mushrooms, but I sneak it into as much of everything I can, and she just
Good man. Good
eats
man.
it.
Nice.
So they were fantastic.
Nice.
It takes a long time of prepping, and you got to
Yeah.
pinch them together.
Because those ones are like a half moon, right?
Well, no,
like-
these are squares, and maybe I have what
Whoa.
I'm calling them wrong, but they're
Sounds like a ravioli.
squares.
Yeah,
and
you're
you-
talking about a
you put the
ravioli.
goop, and they're just little triangles.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Okay, unorthodox folding of a
And
pot
it,
sticker.
and it
Though.
it took me 2 hours.
Wow.
Really?
2 hours.
Boy, don't start that hungry. How many of those do you got to eat till you're full?
I ate
15 of them?
six
Oh,
and was full.
oh, that's not too bad.
Not bad.
Nice.
How about you, Roy? Any
I am
good,
the proud new owner of a electric smoker that I got as an
Ooh.
anniversary gift from my wife, and so last weekend I used it for the first time, and I made a hickory smoked pork tenderloin, and it was probably the best piece of pork I've ever had in my life.
Wow.
It took
Now
like
that's not
2.5
just-
hours though.
That's not just that you cooked it, so
No.
like, it's
It
the
was
best you
because
ever had.
normally pork is like super dry. Like you get a pork chop somewhere,
Sure.
it has to be like smothered in gravy or
Yeah,
something.
like
But,
some apple
yeah.
sauce or whatever.
This thing was like so good. Not the third day; it wasn't as good from like reheating it over and over again. It took all the moisture out of it. But the day that we cooked it, and then the next day, it was delicious.
Nice.
So, like, what temperature do you cook it at?
It was 225, I believe, for 2 hours.
For
220,
2 hours?
225, whatever it
Yeah.
takes.
And then it wasn't quite there, so I put it on for another half an hour at the same temp to get it to 145 on the inside.
So what's the electric part of the smoker?
It's
Like
just- that's what heats it.
It ignites it.
That's what.
Yeah,
burns
it's got,
the-
you know, like on a
So it's
Like
not
a
like an open flame.
tabletop skillet, you know?
Yeah.
You got the weird little coil
Coils.
thing. It's like a coil that sits on the bottom underneath a little metal box full of wood chips. So that heats up the metal and that catches the wood chips on fire and then it
Oh.
makes it smoke.
So it's actual wood chips, not like a
Yeah,
pellet?
no, wood chips.
Wood chips. Oh.
Yeah.
And what kind of wood chips did you use? And you said
Hickory.
Hickory.
Yeah.
okay.
I was planning on using apple, but I had made some wings like an hour before because they took a lot longer than I thought with hickory.
Okay.
So I didn't want to do apple right when I didn't know if it would be weird.
Sure.
So I just kept the hickory. And we used, it was from Costco, that Kemper's brand seasoning.
Yeah, I'm familiar with
It
Yeah.
that.
evades me.
They have a steak one, and I used that to put over it.
Oh, man.
It was good.
I'm dying over here.
Yeah. What about you, huh? Do you cook anything, huh?
Well, you know, I'm the recipient of a lot of cooked food. My wife, Amy, cooked. I get the pleasure of naming most of the food that we eat. So we're in like this crazy sports season. So she threw something together the other night, which I labeled pan-fried chicken with the beef onion sauce / gravy.
Sounds great.
Kind
Those
of,
sound good.
kind of like if you had beef tips, that type of a gravy,
Okay.
but from scratch without all the the beef drippings
Mhm.
or the
The MSG.
the tips. Yeah, yeah. That's the secret.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was really good, especially just for like a
Nice.
thrown together thing. And I don't want to say my other one just because
Okay.
for
fine,
reasons.
Fine. Do that,
Um,
keep your secrets.
Have either of you guys eaten out lately?
Nope. Not that I can think
All
of.
right.
I'd like to plug Frank's Diner.
Oh, okay. That's a good one.
Great breakfast.
It's a tasty
I
spot.
had they've got a
Which one? North or south?
This was the north one coming back in from the lake.
Ooh.
They had it was eggs Benedict
Nice.
with a lemon caper sauce.
Ooh.
Really good.
I like it when
So
you
good.
order something that you can't get anywhere else. That's basically how I measure restaurants.
Do you get the duck bacon when you go to Frank's?
I don't think
Occasionally.
I have.
Oh, that's good.
Yep. And the fried green tomatoes.
I haven't done that one.
Try that one.
Ugh.
I'm not
no.
a big tomato fan.
Almost
But
just
I know
made me
it's
throw up.
different.
I like tomatoes, but like they have to be perfect. Like on a hamburger, if they're soggy,
Like Amy-
no.
Amy's garden tomatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, those were good. I accidentally our water splitter that has the two hoses on it just blew up a couple days
Oh,
ago,
nice.
or like 3 weeks ago. So the garden hasn't exactly been getting watered
Yeah.
for 3 weeks.
Our garden's pretty much
but
shot too.
It's done anyways, but we've got so many cherry tomatoes on there. It's kind of a shame to
I'm gonna
shut
pick
down.
some.
Is there? I haven't even looked. Have you scoped it out?
I didn't look, but yeah.
It hasn't been watered in a while. So, but it has been raining
Yeah.
a little
Yeah.
bit.
That was nice yesterday. That was a nice amount of rain.
Yeah, spoken like somebody that sits inside of a bus and drives all day.
Yeah.
Some of us are
Bad
outside.
weather is the
okay?
best days to drive because nobody's out. And if they are, it's because they need to get somewhere.
That is tasty.
It is good.
Alrighty tighty here. Well, that sounds like enough supper club chatter. We should move it on.
Happy hour.
It is
mine
happy
already.
hour.
Yeah.
You have to chug it down after a day of work. Not all of us got off at
Yeah.
noon today and had time to go shopping
Yeah.
and stuff.
Some people had to work until 6:30. Then wait at Jack in the Box for 20 minutes to get your meal.
Torture.
It was.
I wouldn't wait for 20
It wasn't really
minutes.
20
Oh,
minutes.
Okay.
It was probably like 10,
Okay.
but still.
When I was like
They were not in any hurry back there.
Sure.
No hurry at all.
Hey, the whole world is looking for workers. You should be appreciative they're there, okay?
Oh, I am. I'm happy they're there, but man, they don't have any
Yeah.
get up in their step.
Well, you know, they're not paid by the burger, Roy.
Well, that's true. Maybe they should be.
One time when I was younger, I was in the line of a Jack in the Box, and it was kind of one of the lines that if you were ordering, you're basically stuck in the line.
Yeah.
And we were all liquored up, and I was in the back seat, and we're like, 15 junior bacon cheeseburgers, and blah, blah, blah. And the sober person ordering is like relaying it, and then I just someone yelled at, no spit. And I was like, you double up the spit on mine, you sons of bitches. And they're like, nope, we're not serving you. So we had to.
They refused.
Yeah. So then we had to go through the whole line.
Because you're stuck in it.
Say hi to the people at the window, and then we finally got out of there. But
that's
yeah,
funny.
you can cross the line, I guess.
I guess so.
So just be happy you got your burger, Roy.
Oh, I'm happy.
I
I
know
had
how
my eyes on them the whole time.
I
So
know
I
how
there was
rude you
no
are to those people.
Oh, I am not rude to those people.
Those people? What do you mean?
What are those people?
I said those people first.
Yeah, he said those people.
Oh, jeez. Well, home bar happy hour. That's time to talk about a little cocktail action here, Roy.
All right. I'm dry.
Oh, well, you want to drink it all in one night?
No pun intended.
Here we go. This is Dry Fly Distilling Specialty Barrel. Their 15-year anniversary is coming up, so they have a 10-year aged bottle of whiskey. Let me just read from the bottle. That's the best way to get it
You got
here.
enough light there?
Oh yeah.
These cheaters?
Pretty fine
No,
print.
no, I don't need
Pretty
my
small.
Ebenezer's. Every once in a while, you hook a truly one of a kind fish, the one that you talk about for years. This is that fish. Our single barrel whiskey features extended aging, unique finishing, and proofs not found in our usual lineup. These specialty releases are handpicked to offer you a genuine and unique whiskey experience. Grab a glass, find some friends, and explore a truly one-of-a-kind offering. Cheers. Non-chilled, filtered, for a full whiskey experience. Bottled and brewed by Dry Fly Distilling, Spokane, Washington.
Yeah, buddy.
Toot, toot, toot.
And it is a tasty little treat.
50% alcohol, and I'm going to tell you, can't really taste
Nope.
that much alcohol.
It goes down smooth.
Well, I mean, you got to be a whiskey drinker, but
Well, yeah, I'm sure if you don't drink whiskey that much, it might get you, but it was worth every penny.
it was $125.
Yeah.
We should just tell people.
Yeah. And it's limited. There's only 220. And there's not
Well,
that
do you
many
want
left.
another splash? You good?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm
One
not
more
a whiskey
splash.
connoisseur.
You're
One
going to
more
be
splash.
paying for it,
All
my
right.
friend. Okay, we got another third in.
Yeah.
Third, and then we're making marks on the
Now we're
bottle.
splitting it 3 ways.
60, so
I
we're
think it
down to
was-
40 now.
Yeah, 40 apiece.
Cool.
Sounds nice.
Whoa, whoa.
Whoa there, buddy. Whoa there.
We're going to be splitting people in for just a whiff of it next. Oh, you know what? It doesn't look like anything's happening on
Uh-oh.
this.
We just ruined all that. Did you pause it?
Hello? Check. It's not recording, that's for sure, Roy.
Chickity check.
Well, we gotta
Son of a bitch! Okay. Oh. So, it's a delicious whiskey. Right? Am I right or am I right?
Yeah, you're right. It's good.
I'm totally right.
Well, it'll be on the video.
Yeah, yeah.
So that'll
You
be
know,
good.
that's really the secret. You got to watch the YouTube for the full
Yeah.
effect. You don't, you know.
We purposely cut that segment out.
Right. And the best part is I have no memory of what we just said. So
No,
there's
that's how we roll, you know.
approximately 30 seconds of really good podcasting
It
that was not recorded.
Oh, it was good banter. You know,
Goodness.
we do everything live here.
You know, it gets you loosened up
Yeah.
after the first mistake.
That's pretty good. We made it pretty far without a mistake.
My dad always said, like, or somebody told him, like, once you start a business, you're not really a business until you've been sued once or twice. Yeah, this is kind of being sued, you know?
Yeah.
Quit recording during the middle of it.
Yeah, it's nice. Made here in Spokane. We have a really nice tasting room / restaurant now downtown.
Yes, they do, definitely.
good food. They have a lot of cocktails on the menu.
Great prices.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Surprisingly
reasonable
good
prices.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
I mean,
bottle.
That's what blew me away, is just how
Right.
affordable it was. I mean,
Yeah.
compared to anywhere else you go.
What's your guess on the tax situation here? So it's 125, and then out the door is 127. So not even 8%. Is it all just built into their
So they're eating
price
it.
or something?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're factoring it in.
Either
Would
way.
be my guess.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I was surprised by that.
And it's the second most expensive bottle of booze we've had.
Right. I'm really kicking myself for not thinking
Not
of that.
saving that.
But at the time
How would
that
you have known?
well, at the time you bought that
Oh.
moonshine stuff for 100, I never thought we'd spend anything close to that ever again in our lives.
And then we spent more.
Yeah. Technically, you spent 100.
Yeah.
We've only spent 60 on this.
Well, down to 40.
Down
Or
to 40. So we're
Do
still
you
doing
eat
good.
my 50 from you drinking half the moonshine, and I owe you 10?
I'm not sure, Roy.
No,
I'm
I'm joking.
not sure. Wonder how long these batteries will last, but
Not very long.
any Hoosier here. So let's move on to the home bar that we're at right now.
Okay.
Linda's Home Bar. A lot of people that followed us through season 1 heard about this coming, and it has pretty much. This is pretty much
Yeah.
done. Well, it's done for one season. There's definitely some things I'll add to it going forward, but ended up with the fridge from my friend Eric,
Yeah.
the one that backstabbed me and broke the PAP sign, you know.
Supposedly.
That's also where
It's
the
all
hot
hearsay
tub
at
came
this
from.
point.
He actually ended up sending me a picture. Yeah, so but we know he listens, which is nice. But this fridge was his mom's,
His daddy.
or his grandma's. Look at that,
It
perfectly
was,
clean. Here, listen to this. I hope the mics can pick it up.
Oh, yeah.
That's a shut fridge.
That's good.
That's shut. You're not sneaking into that bad boy. You know? Any of the kids try to get in there?
Kids used to suffocate in those. That's why they went away.
Well,
That's their problem.
that's a real
If I were the
downer.
fittest, you know?
Come to think of it, she did used to have an extra sister I never met.
There's ever...
Is that the people you got the hot tub from?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Paul and
have
Christy.
that
You got to skip on the first day of heavy lifting.
Yeah, that was this.
That was that.
And like 5 other
And
things.
we helped them out, get some stuff from the basement.
That's the cost of doing business.
Yeah.
Eric, their son, told me, I was like, oh, how's the move going? Because they moved from Spokane to Sandpoint. And he just said, we text mostly. He goes, Dad said to update his tombstone to just have on it, moved.
Oh, that's funny.
Which is totally, that
Yeah.
cracked me up. In terms of this bar, so I've got the fridge,
Yeah.
I got the bar, got some lights, the games.
Mister.
I'm gonna improve my shelving situation, I think.
Oh, yeah?
Um,
From just those two?
yeah, and I'm gonna do the cedar fence up all the way up just for more of an aesthetic look. Maybe if I get super bored, you know.
Well, winter is coming.
Winter is
Yeah,
coming.
don't do a lot during the winter.
I know, but it's already covered.
That's true. It could happen. It's more about sourcing. You know, I need a windstorm, getting a bunch of free fence boards on the.
So is the bar open during the winter?
I think, yeah, I think so.
Limited run?
I'm gonna probably enclose it with like a fancy tarp. You know,
Okay.
bring my own blue skies here, and some type of heat.
Go camouflage, then you won't even know it's there.
That's what on the other side of this brick actually. It's
Yeah,
camouflage.
see?
Is it camouflage?
Yeah, that's green, but it's a camo. Yeah, so that's how you stay under the radar.
Yeah.
I do know Eric. Speaking of Eric, he was curious. Now I haven't asked you about your bar for a while because I know. Anyways, Eric is curious just how the Dive Bomber bar is going.
Well, it is under construction. No.
Is it?
We just
Or is
did...
it the planning phase?
Yeah,
No, it's in the planning phase still.
Okay, all right.
But we did too much stuff this summer. I didn't have enough cash flow to make it happen.
Well, it's too bad. Now,
I have
did
a
you?
miniature one now.
Are you going to change your plans at all?
Probably.
I was thinking the raising the roof situation was a little much.
Yeah. No, I think we're going to do something off the back of the house now that my sprinkler system finally took a crap. I'm not going to fix it again.
Yeah.
So we're going to do above ground sprinklers on a timer. And so I might just build something off the back of the house.
Smart.
We'll see. Andrew just got a new job, so that'll bring in some free
Yeah.
money.
For the record, I have Roy's break-even number or date with sprinkler blowouts and the amount that he spent on the new hoses and sprinklers at about 2 years. So you can't have any breakage
Well,
for
no,
2 years, or else you will have wasted
but
your
it
money.
costs me like $75 a year to get it blown out. So I
Yeah,
already
2
make
years
up.
is $150,
Yeah,
and how much were all?
like $150.
So you got
Yeah.
2 years to break even.
Yeah,
you can't have
exactly.
anything
That's not
break.
bad.
You better be draining that stuff.
Yeah, it's going in a box and going in the shed.
All right,
It's
pal.
all
Hey,
above
man.
ground, bud. You just
I'm
dump the hose
rooting
out.
for you. Don't get me wrong here. I'm on your team.
I'm not dealing with it anymore, man. It's such a pain in the ass. Like you go home, you go on a trip, and you come back and your sprinklers are
What
all
if
just
someone steals one? You have to buy another one. That's
for
$30.
$4.
What if they steal a sprinkler? Those weren't $4.
Yeah, the ones in the front yard.
What
They're not gonna
costs
steal the
over
ones in the
$100 then?
back.
All the hoses?
Yeah, and the connectors and then the sprinklers I have in the back were like
Oh, they're a little fancier.
$18 a piece. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
Because there's
fine.
no one's going back there, so
Good,
I
good.
go hide in the backyard, and I have like $4 sprinklers in the front. So if someone walks off with them, then it's just $4. It's all
You're up there. You got
well
it.
thought plan.
All right. Well, I'm rooting for you, but I have this date on my phone calendar
I'm
to
saying
pop
my
up.
backyard has never been greener.
Man, I've got a thing in my throat here. All right. Well, enough of your sprinklers. We were talking about the home bars. So
Yeah.
yeah. Well, we'll get your home bar going next
No,
year.
but I did my little griddle shack.
Yeah, you did update.
I
You
updated
got
that.
your
Yeah, I put some cabinets in there, and then I have a bar on the
Right.
back of that. Just haven't used it because it's easier to come over here with all the kids.
right. Well, you have to bring all your kids over here, you
Yeah,
know,
all
every
two of them
time.
compared to your 5.
How dare you tell my personal information on this podcast?
Let's say their names.
No, I won't do that.
Yeah, their personal privacy. That's my utmost concern.
Well, their address is.
I mean, you didn't have a problem saying my dad's bank.
Oh my, it's
on
my
the
bank
last
too.
podcast. We do have an unreleased podcast that we did over the summer. It was fun, but it just actually we had a bunch of recording problems, and
Yeah.
so the podcast version had to get scrapped just to make a YouTube video out of it, and it's unreleased. Maybe on our Patreon someday.
Yeah, Jesus, yeah. In like 10 years, when this thing finally takes off.
Let's see here. So let's keep creeping here. Are we done with the bars?
I think so. Now that you've put me to shame.
Well, Eric specifically
Well, you know what?
asked. Oh, while we're on him, he also asked us to clarify what took so long in between episodes.
Life, man.
Yeah,
Kids in sports, camping.
he's
All
got
the trips.
brand new newborn twins.
Oh, he doesn't know yet.
Roughly newborn.
He doesn't
They're
know.
newborn to me because I haven't seen them yet.
Yeah.
I think they
I mean-
were born in February, right by his
Yeah.
birthday. So
You got like 3 kids in sports, so you're busy all weekend. Every
3?
weekend.
let me just talk to you about my
Right.
day, okay? I've got 4 kids going to 4 different schools.
Yeah.
3 of those
Brutal.
are in an after-school sport, and 2 of them are in an after-school after-sport.
Yeah.
I described it. It sounded like more.
I'm talking about from when we stopped last year in the spring.
I've had 100 kids since then, Roy. I can't
know.
think of anything, okay?
It's like we just don't have time, and then when we did have time, we were too busy getting drunk
Yeah.
on the lake. So
We lived
this
it
is
up.
on the back burner.
We did think we were going to only take a couple weeks off
Yeah.
and then get on it in the summer, but
We even canceled our guest appearances on other podcasts.
We did.
because we thought we were going to get back into it pretty heavy,
and
then we didn't.
but here we are, you know. Once we lose another hour of light, I can
Oh,
see
yeah.
us hanging out here a little bit.
Well, and I even had a perfect schedule during the summer, and we didn't even
Yeah.
utilize it.
Not once.
Could you record from the lake?
We could.
We
Well,
could've.
actually, I had this
Record.
all packed up and
Yeah.
ready to go.
You could record from
Yeah,
the lake
but-
and then download.
But when you have 1,700 kids,
Yeah, and dirt
Um,
bikes and
Aren't you expecting?
no, I'm not.
Jesus.
No. Me and Roy are kind of
Yeah.
Indian brothers, actually. We got
Yeah.
vasectomies at the same office.
We did. Possibly even the same doctor.
So
Anyways.
someday we'll have to tell the story.
Yeah,
of that.
anyway, maybe on our Patreon.
You keep bringing it up.
I know, I'm
Okay.
dancing around it.
Well,
You're
yeah.
No, we
Playing
need,
with fire,
if,
sir.
if we get up to 1,000 listeners, I'll
Oh.
tell the story.
Okay, so people,
We'll all forget it by then.
1,000 listeners, we will tell you
The trauma of my
tubular
vasectomy.
ligation, what do they call it? What,
The most epic
vasectomy,
vasectomy
okay.
story
Vasectomy.
to ever exist. They can make a
that
movie out of it.
affected the whole program. It
Yes.
made changes in
It-
Spokane.
It changed that office for the better.
We'll probably have to have Amy come in to tell the story, because she's
Yeah.
got it pretty well dialed in.
I made it a
You
thing.
know, there's
You just can't get that skin back, you know?
Yeah.
All
I
right.
can't get it out of my mind. The picture. Of it.
Easy. All right.
Oh, that's so funny.
Okay, let's move it on.
That would be a good episode.
Oh, boy. Is there anything to recap these days? There's like
Yeah.
no shows on TV.
We could recap what we were just talking about.
Right. Your third language is not sarcasm.
Oh, it's so good.
We've got Andor. We've got Lord of the Rings. We've got House of the Dragon.
Yep.
We've got... I feel like there's a fourth show in there. But maybe there's not.
I don't think so.
We're all kind of in different spots on all of them. So just to sum up my thoughts on each show, I'm like an Andor in the world of Star Wars. I think it's probably one of the better things out there. I'm glad. I kind of think the first 3 episodes should only have been like one episode, because they kind of like that storyline for the first 3. I don't know. That's just my thought. I kind of understood why they did all 3 at once, because it kind of wrapped up those
I don't know.
that
I've only
beginning
watched
line.
one.
Yeah, I completed the story arc
Yeah.
of like why they're doing it.
Which, and it seemed like they could have wrapped that up in one. Really. I mean,
Yeah, but what about character development? I mean,
It's
yeah.
already developed, though.
are they? If you haven't watched it,
Well, he is.
Are you guys hearing a hum?
Yeah. It's probably a motorcycle somewhere going down the hill.
Oh.
look at that.
Full ice.
Nice.
Love that ice maker. Thoughts on Andor?
Well, I've only watched the first episode
Yeah. Are you liking it?
so far.
No? Okay.
That's,
good. Are you loving it?
I don't know.
Well, you
I've
haven't
only
watched...
one episode.
You went on vacation, though.
Yeah, and that's how I got behind on everything.
Okay.
And I caught up on Lord of the Rings, except for the one that came out today.
Right. Same here.
I am caught up on Games of Thrones. Just
Game-
not Andor, because I just haven't found the time.
I forgot that you always used to pluralize Games of Thrones.
Oh, did I?
It's House of the Dragon. Let's just go with that, because if you
Did I
start
say
saying
Game of
Houses of
Thrones?
Dragons, oh. Yeah, you said Games of Thrones.
Oh, well, yeah.
Game
whatever.
Game of
An
Thrones.
S is an S.
I'm gonna document everything you add an S to, because it's pretty fun.
I've cut back.
You had a really good one the other day, a couple weeks ago. Anyway,
We'll never
Lyle,
know.
your thoughts on Andor?
Andor's fantastic.
Are you 3? Or are you?
Yeah, so at the lake last weekend, I had a
Is
look.
there 4 out now or 3? Because they come out on Wednesdays.
Oh, do they?
I think there's 4 out now.
So luckily, the unemployed person here was working. So I didn't know. I did catch up on Rings today.
Nice.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Each episode is better.
Ah,
You guys need to watch it tonight.
I probably won't watch it tonight.
Okay.
I'll probably be too drunk to watch it tonight.
Yeah, you won't remember it.
I'll have other things
No,
to do.
it's unbelievable. And I'm kind of done with the dragons.
Yeah.
yeah.
Kind of done.
It's losing my attention every episode.
So what are we into that? 4 episodes
No,
now?
it's like
5
5 or 6.
Yeah, I'm only at 4 and I'm about done.
Oh, so you haven't switched to the new actors yet?
No, okay, so I will give that a chance then.
Yeah.
I mean, I just switched, and I'm gonna go one more episode before I decide I have to just watch it all at the end, because there's nothing happening in it.
No, it's all just like petty drama
Yeah.
between those two characters.
Yeah.
The queen and the princess.
There's more pregnancy, birth scenes than sex scenes so far.
And that was one of the best parts of that series was the sex and the violence.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a lot of violence.
No,
Not a lot of sex
I
that
don't
I've seen
think-
so far.
I
So
don't think there's. There's
One.
one big old
Kinda.
orgy scene, but
Oh yeah, that was in one episode. That
a lot of the
and-
boobs were blurred out. You couldn't see anything.
Oh yeah, and
Did you
that
pause?
That girl still looks like she should be like 12.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to watch.
That was pretty. That
And it
was
looks
odd.
like she has braces on, even though they're not there.
So
I
you haven't
noticed
caught up. My theory is that they made her look like the newer actor. They're the older one. They kind of changed the young one's face, so it was a little bit of a seamless transition.
I could see that.
But yeah, it does look like she has braces. But for the record, I think she's 22 in real
Well,
She
life.
yeah,
is.
I
She
know.
is absolutely. Yeah.
The way she looks in that show, she looks like she is like 12 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and it's unsettling.
It's off-putting.
Well, we shouldn't age discriminate. I mean.
Yeah, well, some things should, and that's one of them.
They're being so careful in that show. You can tell, like, from the whatever of Game of Thrones, just all the sex and all that. They're totally backing off from all that. And that's not even the best part of that show. My favorite part of the old Game of Thrones was like being in the North, following all the different
Yeah.
storylines. And now I think you're just gonna have to watch House of the Dragons, then the Jon Snow show, and then that to get this. And it's just not gonna be as good.
No.
And the best part of the Game of Thrones was winter is coming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they all
And you
had
didn't
that,
know what that
And the
meant.
White Walkers, and
Yep.
and they showed that. So yeah, that was such a good show.
all like the backstabbing and sneakery. Now it's just like,
And the incest, there was good incest in
Yeah.
that show.
Good.
well, there is in this one.
They
too.
were
There's
both
not bad
old
incest.
consenting adults.
They were consent.
It's hard to
Yeah.
find somebody without a disease back then. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not keeping my attention.
Right.
I'm not. The storyline's just like blah. Like, okay, we get
And
it.
it's-
They're friends, and now
Yeah.
they're out for each other. But it's like, God,
Yeah.
just kill somebody.
Totally.
And that's where Rings is so good. It's each episode is just better.
Well, and you're
Just
following
good.
multiple people too.
Yeah.
There's
Right.
multiple stories. You have the elves back at the main area with the trolls
Yep.
doing all the building, whatever the thing they're building is,
Yeah.
and then you have that elf that's like the warrior that's
Uh-huh.
off
Yeah.
the boat. Now she's
Oh, the main girl,
rallying a new army.
Gladriel.
Yeah.
Godrill.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's
a
rallying a
badass.
new army to go to Middle Earth. And you have the weird story kind of building up with was he supposed to be the prince or the king of Middle Earth or some area of Middle
Yeah,
Earth?
of the
The
Southlands or something.
King of the
Yeah,
Southlands.
Yeah.
Halberd.
You're
Yeah.
trying to figure out
It's
his
fresh off my
story.
mind.
Yeah. He's an interesting
Yeah.
one. I wonder where they'll really go with him. They're really following the Lord of the Rings, like with the arcs. It seems like.
Well, you got the hobbits and
Actually
you got
had it all
the
mapped out,
stranger.
but-
I think that's what his name is.
I
Yeah.
think that's.
I think it's Gandalf. Or
Yeah,
someone similar
I think
to
it's
Gandalf.
Gandalf or Sauron.
Oh.
Mm.
I can't figure that out.
But if you look
Gandalf
it up,
the Grey.
he's just the stranger.
Well, they had those weirdos, those weirdo Christian-looking people, like showing up
Oh.
at the site and
Yeah.
stuff.
I find that offensive.
I meant,
Anyway, yes,
yeah.
the people in white
yeah,
searching for Gandalf
Yeah.
or
like, yeah,
Sauron.
whoever it is.
But yeah, so you have more to follow in that. You're not just following these two
But
girls.
it's just
as
better,
drama.
Well,
Yeah.
and it's good. Like
and I
they're
heard
interesting.
per episode, it's the highest. It cost them the most. It's been the most. What am I? I'm searching
It's-
for.
yeah,
word.
it's the
tequila
most-
setting in.
Yeah,
The per episode is the highest
that cost
per episode ever done
Yeah,
For Amazon.
for anyone.
For anything.
I think
Oh,
they
yeah.
anything.
spent. I might be off my
They had
record
to
here,
buy the rights,
but I think they
Oh,
spent
yeah.
over
Do
$1
it.
billion on that show.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it shows. It's good.
Yeah, it's
I
like
mean-
watching a movie.
Yeah, every
Yeah.
time. But yeah,
It
Lord
is,
of the Rings.
and they're
it's like-
70-minute episodes at least. Yeah, I'm like,
No, they're all about an hour.
70 minutes is about an hour, really.
Hour plus.
Just
yeah.
trying to, okay.
You can't
Wow,
skip the credits
just
and the
coming at
opening-
me,
you don't
huh?
skip the opening scenes.
No, watch it all,
I
man.
do.
No, like the
Oh, I skip it all,
recap and the
and I put
the
subtitles
intro.
in.
Yeah, I'll watch.
Yeah.
I have to.
I watched the last
I
three,
have
and
to.
I don't even know what half these actors sound like.
Because they whisper.
yeah, right.
I watched 3 episodes in a row, from like 5 in the morning to 7 in the morning, subtitles. Last weekend when my mom was in town.
You want another
So,
splash?
yeah, of course I do. And so I just had pitch black house, read 3 hours worth of the show, word for word.
You didn't do it on your phone.
No,
Okay.
What am I?
So
homeless?
well, no. Sometimes, if I know everyone's sleeping, I'll put it on. I got my earbuds, and then I put it on my phone.
Yeah.
Man, I watched a lot of Ozark on that. I bought this new tablet for work, which I hardly ever use, but I watched Ozark on it with my new
Good write-up.
the good earbuds, and it's got that spatial audio. So, man, it's crazy.
It moves?
It's just earbuds, but you're hearing stuff. Like, I'll be alone in my bedroom, pitch black, and I'll like look over to the side because it sounds
like surround sound.
It's just bizarre how they can mess with your ear like that.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell me twice. Let's keep it going here, Roy.
That wasn't me.
I know. It's time to dive into the segment of the week. I think that's my favorite intro. I just like the beat on that one.
Yeah, it's not the
So,
voice.
the segment of the week used to be cocktails of the movies.
Yeah.
And it probably still will be, but my plan going forward is to rotate the segment of the week. So it'll be cocktails of the movies, camping corner, or questions of unknown origin, which I was going to dive into right now.
Yeah.
Now, Roy, as you know, I work mostly alone.
Yeah.
Wild, also. Every time I say Roy, just pretend you're included in that. And I ponder certain things, mostly because I'm completely ignoring everyone around me. And I'm so focused on my work, it lets my mind just completely wander. And questions of unknown origin come in. Okay. Since we were just talking about it, now they're not very deep. Don't let me fool you.
Okay.
What world would you want to be transported into? Lord of the Rings, House of the Dragons, or Andor? And Lyle, before you say it, they all have the same medical hospital facilities. Lyle's got a thing of every question I ever say about back in time or aliens. He's like, well, I would never go back in time because there's no hospital there. No penicillin.
No penicillin.
You
No
know.
antibiotics.
Nice.
So is that to me first?
Either one of you. Is either of you feeling it? Yeah. Let's go to, what's your style, Lyle?
I love dragons. Can you imagine riding a dragon? And I'm a sci-fi dorky guy,
You don't say.
sci-fi fantasy guy.
Yeah.
Riding a dragon would be
Into that world, though, like,
unbelievable.
there's only like 3 dragon riders or whatever.
No, not in the new one. Isn't there a
There's
bunch?
like a bunch of them. Like
should've-
almost all of them.
So House of the
Okay.
Dragon, there's a bunch.
I know,
dragons
I know.
are alive.
I was just saying, like, percentage of people, there's like,
I
1%.
and I would be a serf, like farming. But
what about the world? A lot of people suffering, getting their heads cut off. Not that
That
that's the
happens
wrong
every
answer,
day.
my friend. I just want you to fully flesh it out.
So then I'm also a space geek. So Andor's pretty cool. Imagine going like 0G.
Yeah.
Well, but I won't get into it. The Star Wars with the fake gravity.
Oh yeah, that's just disgusting.
We'll go into the
yeah.
expand.
No.
But
The ship needs. Yeah. Let's leave it at that.
we'll leave it at that.
Uh,
Dragons.
Okay. Fair
Dragons.
enough. Roy
You
Smith.
know, I think I would go with Lord of the Rings.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Other than that stupid answer we just heard.
No, I mean, there's just so many different...
Also
like,
had a dragon.
Yeah, so many
Smog.
different...
Smog. What would
Like,
you be a
Darius.
dwarf or an elf or a
I'd-
human
How
I would definitely not be
dare
a
you.
human. I'd probably go dwarf.
with the beard? Yeah.
Yeah.
I can
mean,
see
I
that.
feel like I could just sneak right in there right now and just fit in. But yeah, no,
You'd
I
be
think it'd
the
be
elf of, or not, the movie elf. You'd be the
Yeah.
elf of the dwarf. What, Papa? Went through the first of the candy cane layers.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think it'd be cool. Plus, there's so much stuff going on with all the different, I don't know what you'd call them, creatures and life forms.
Yeah. Everyone's got a little bit of magic
Yeah,
going on there.
I think it'd be funner.
How about you?
I would have to go Lord of the Rings, and I would be Aragorn. Aragorn.
Yeah.
Aragorn's a different show, right? Aragon.
Yeah.
Aragorn.
Someone from the original
Yeah.
movies.
The future king.
What's
the
his
future
face?
High King.
Viggo Mortensen.
Viggo Mortensen, yeah.
I think that would be me.
Yeah.
No,
right.
this is before that. This is his
No, but
Sildor.
he's
This is
saying-
his father. Oh, okay,
he's saying
for
he
the
would
whole
go to that-
series.
Yeah, Lord
That
of the
time
Rings,
of it.
not just
the
Rings
time
of
frame.
Power.
Not the okay.
Yeah. Does that change your answer?
No, dragons.
Okay.
Yeah. Riding a dragon.
Well, they're not around forever.
All right, let's move on to the next question of unknown origin. Roy,
Yes.
who wins this head-to-head battle? Pumpkin or pineapple? And I want you to consider their usage in pop culture, for holidays, for garnishes, for desserts, for
Yeah.
pizza toppings.
I get it. Well, you should never put pineapple on a pizza.
No.
But like if they were like had legs and arms and they were gonna battle it out.
I mean, if you need to visualize that,
That's what I'm trying to.
sure. I know you're a literal kind of guy,
They're fighting,
but
or
I'm
like
trying to
just,
get at your innermost psyche here.
just like ingredient flavor wise. Like
It's a
usage.
head-to-head battle. I don't know how else I can say
Okay.
that.
Well, if it was a fight, if they were like people, I'd say pineapple. But if you're going off of how much they're used, I'd say pumpkin. I don't know where you're going with this question, so I'm gonna say it. If they
Okay.
had arms and legs and they were fighting each other, the pineapple, because harder shell, it's got the little spikes,
Oh yeah, I guess so.
so it could probably tear up the pumpkin pretty good.
Stupid haircut. You're basically going with a weird haircut versus a top knot.
You're
So
going
you're
with
basically
Mohawk
going.
from Cobra Kai.
You're going Viking versus samurai.
Yeah, I think the samurai wins if that's the pineapple.
No,
if
the
you-
samurai is the pumpkin.
Oh my god.
Top knot. Okay. Anyways.
Yeah.
Pineapple's
Well,
got a top.
yeah.
But it's
Yeah. Yes. Like a
pumpkin's just a-
anime person.
all right. We don't need to get into that.
Top Knot also a Viking.
Correct.
I mean,
Yeah.
okay. Well, that has
Learn
nothing
your
to do
history,
with pineapples
hairstyles.
and pumpkins. Okay.
Okay.
I'm just trying to help you
Native Americans.
visualize this
Oh, true.
question.
I did.
Um,
Mayans.
Yeah, Scottish.
I'm
sure.
thinking instead of an actual battle with arms and legs, Roy,
Yeah. Well, then pumpkin.
I'm thinking more of like,
Their usage in everyday life.
sure, yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
you're going pumpkin?
Yeah. Pumpkin spice, man.
Ooh, I'd never thought of the latte. Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
that's a big
is-
one.
And
A
the
lot of white
Blizzard.
girls just
Yeah,
started listening
the
to
basics.
this podcast.
Overused.
Yeah. Well, yeah, pumpkin beer. I've never had a great pumpkin beer.
There aren't great pumpkin
No.
beers.
I've tried many.
You know what I would like if there was a huge chunk of pulp in the bottom of my pumpkin beer? Like,
Oh.
I'm talking like I get a 32-ounce bottle
Yeah.
and a huge just glob of it in there. It doesn't move except for when you take the last drink, it just goes.
Chokes you
And
out.
then you're good. That's what I'd like that.
Wouldn't you want to be more of a puree? Like,
little
Puree.
floaters.
No, I don't want
yeah.
all the strings and the.
No, puree is like blended up like baby
No, I mean,
food.
can you imagine eating pumpkin pulp? You want a chunk of it that
Pumpkin
doesn't go
pulp?
down. It doesn't leave the bottle.
Okay. I think it.
Do you drink pulp in your orange juice, Roy?
Sometimes.
You Oregon people.
I
Royal?
like pulp in my own.
Yeah.
Montana person. Makes sense.
Yeah. You got it's all the extra nutrients.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you just do the orange juice, it's all just sugar, Ryan. There's no real oranges in there. How do you know? You gotta have the pulp in there to know it was real.
It makes
Good
it
point.
real.
Good
Yeah.
point.
Come
Good
on.
point.
You big town people.
All right,
With all your fancy
Lyle,
grocery stores.
I'd like to hear your answer. Who wins a head-to-head battle? Pumpkin or pineapple?
battle.
Did you already
I
answer?
didn't weigh on this. I would pick. That's a tough one.
Get lower. Get deeper.
Deeper.
Slower.
Slower. I would pick pumpkin, even though it's overused in lattes. But a good pumpkin pie.
Oh yeah.
Thanksgiving.
A side of pumpkin
Yeah.
pie with whipped cream.
Yeah.
Roasted pumpkin seeds.
Oh,
Roasted
that's
pumpkin
good.
seeds.
Salt.
Being from Montana, I feel that we used to shoot them. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Did you ever just carve a hole out in one side and warm
Like
it up
American
in the oven
pie.
for a little bit?
Yeah.
No, not yet, but that's a nice thought.
Well, it's
We
the
have
next
an
time of year.
we have an explicit rating here, Roy. We can we can go for it.
So we could drop F-bombs?
Oh, my mom's listening. Never forget.
Okay. Hi,
Oh, she'll
Marcia.
let you know.
Hi, Marcia.
She told me off one time. I was
Okay.
cussing too much on
Okay.
the podcast.
Last question
Bless her heart.
of unknown origin. Let me boy.
Come on. Get the
Oh yeah,
spectacles out here.
this is a good question. This, the other ones were kind of. I needed to write something down.
Okay.
This is a good question. Um, do you think it is wrong of Santa to start his naughty and nice list from scratch each year and completely ignore everything if you wrote, your whole history?
Mhm.
Now, that's my impression that it's a fresh list every year.
Yeah.
Yep. Clean slate.
That seems a little wrong to me. Murder victim, murderer.
Oh.
Oh, they had a great year in prison. Good list.
Well, yeah, I don't think
That's
that
an
would
extreme
apply.
case.
Yeah.
But, I mean, is
You're
it
talking
any
about
different than
kids.
little Johnny, like, smacking little Susie in the face and
Yeah.
stuff?
It's not.
Little DV, childhood DV?
Yeah. No.
Okay. I pose this question to you. I
No,
won't.
I think it's fair. Everyone deserves a second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth chance.
All right.
But yeah.
Okay.
No,
Good.
it's fair.
So to answer,
I'm
you
sure-
don't think it's wrong?
No, I'm sure at some extreme cases, you have to work your way back down.
Wouldn't it be nice to know if there was some? You do this, you're not getting. You're off the list consideration.
Forgive and forget.
Some real shitty kids out there.
Yeah, there
Like,
are
no,
some real shitty
you're done, my friend. You're out. You get a letter from Santa that says you are no longer considered on this list.
Yeah.
You are blacklisted. You just get a black dot on your forehead when you wake up on Christmas morning.
That's actually Ash
With
Wednesday.
Black Death. Oh yeah, that's true.
Wow. Way to mix your holidays,
Like that.
Mr. Churchgoer.
Oh wow. Oh, how dare you?
I haven't been to church in years, and I still know that.
I mean, I wasn't saying that, Roy, at
Oh,
all.
that's what you said, a
I
black
said a
dot.
black dot, not an ash swash
Oh,
from a
it starts
priest.
as a dot.
It's Lyle.
Maybe a star on your chest.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, let's
No,
do it.
I might step back from this one. I think the whole Santa Claus lie is a joke. It's become.
We have a lot of kids that listen to this.
No, we don't.
Well, two.
I
You
hate
should
the
skip
whole-
the last part
Yeah.
of the podcast.
I hate the whole thing about Christmas of gifts, and it's just giving. It should be about. That's what I love about Thanksgiving is that it's get together, eat, family, and just. My kids have everything they need, and then now they need more. I don't know.
So you think it is wrong, is what you're telling me?
He thinks the whole thing is wrong.
I
Nope.
think the whole
He
concept
agrees
is
with
wrong.
my answer, my thing there.
I think the whole concept is corrupt. Christmas should be like Thanksgiving. Get together, eat, off we go.
On that note, let's wrap it up,
Real
fellas.
Ebenezer Scrooge over here.
Everyone, have a good week. We will talk to you next week. Hope you find yourself a couple of people you want to have a supper club with.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Alrighty, peace.
Bye.